Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kauthar. If this is your very first time here, and I'm Nigeria's crochet queen, I make a lot of crochet tutorials, particularly about working with crochet diagrams, so that by the time you watch a couple of my videos, whenever you see a crochet diagram, you'll be able to unravel it because you already understand what everything means. And in today's video, I'll be showing you how to work with this crochet lacy stitch using this crochet diagram that I have right in front of me. But before we go further, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel down below for more crochet tutorials. Also click the bell icon so you're notified every single time I post a video. So now let's get into today's video. We're going to be using this crochet diagram right here to make a crochet lacy stitch. Now, because I'm already familiar with crochet diagrams, I can tell that this stitch is lacy just by looking at the diagram. And we're then going to just get started with this diagram. I'm going to explain to you what the diagram means, and then we're going to start working using this diagram. Now, the very first thing you want to do whenever you're working with any crochet diagram is to write out all the icons you can see as well as what they represent, so that whenever you come to that icon in the diagram, you know what you're supposed to do. And the very first icon we can see in this diagram are these small circles. They're just really small, and those ones represent chain. So I'm just writing it by this side, chain. So whenever you see this icon, you know you're supposed to do a chain. Now the very next icon we can see is this long line with 2 horizontal bars across. These ones are everywhere, and those ones represent double crochet. So whenever you see that, you do a double crochet stitch. And this is a very simple diagram because those are the only 2 icons that we can see in this diagram. Now that we've written out what the icons are and what they represent, we're going to start working. Of course, we'll start working with the double crochet. We're going to start working with the chains. And to know how many chains to do, I'm just going to count how many chains are in the diagram here at the beginning. So let's just count that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So there are 31 chains. It means that if you want to work this pattern, you do your chains in multiples of 10 plus 1. So if you want to make it bigger than this, let's say you are making a sweater or a blanket or something, you just keep doing your chains in multiples of 10 and then you add 1, right? That's the multiple, that's the repeat for this pattern, multiples of 10 plus 1. This is in Chinese, we don't really understand this, but that is what it means. You do your chain in multiples of 10 plus 1. Now once you're done with multiples of 10 plus 1, to do your turning chain, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, you add 4 more chains, and that's just the turning chain. It does not form part of the foundation chain, right? I know that this diagram might not be too clear, but if you check the description box, you'll find a link to download the diagram or even print it out if you also want to work with it. But now that we're done knowing how many chains we have to do, I'm going to do the chains, and then we're going to start with row 1. So I put my hook in. Remember, we counted 30 chains, so I'm going to be doing 30 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30. So I have 30 chains now. Then remember that we said when we do our chains in multiples of 10, we then add 1. So now that I have 30, I'm going to add 1, right? So I have my foundation chain for this pattern. Then don't forget about to do the turning chain. This is the 31st chain. That's the end of the foundation chain. Then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, which is our turning chain. You can see that it comes here, comes out of the pattern. So that's the turning chain. So I do 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm completely done with all my chains for the beginning, and we're going to go to row 1 at this point. To begin row 1, the very first thing you can see is this double crochet, right? And where are we going to do this double crochet? We count back to know what chain this double crochet is in. So this is the first chain from the hook 1. This is the last chain we did, right? This chain here is this one here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the 9th chain from the hook, we do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Remember that this icon represents double crochet and this icon represents chain. So this is a double crochet in the 9th chain. Then there's a chain 1, and then there's another double crochet in that 9th chain still. So we are counting 9 chains now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the 9th chain. So in this 9th chain, I do a double crochet, then I chain 1 and I do 1 more double crochet. Now, if you're not familiar with working double crochet stitches, I'm going to link my double crochet tutorial in the description box, so just check and watch that tutorial, then you can come back to this one. So I've just finished the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in that space. Then I do a chain 1, which is this one you can see. I do a chain 1 and I skip 1 chain. You can see this chain, nothing is inside this chain. It means that we're going to skip it. So chain 1, skip 1 chain, and then in the next chain you do another double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. You can see that. It's really clear. So I chain 1 and I skip this next chain here, and then in the next one, which is this, I do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So that is done. I go back to the diagram now. I've just finished this other double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So what I'm going to do next is to chain 1, and this time around I skip 1, 2, 3. I skip 3 chains, right? And then I do a double crochet in the next chain. So chain 1, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one do a double crochet. This is my next one. So chain 1, skip 3 chains, do 1 double crochet. I'm here. So I chain 1 again, skip another 3 chains, then I do my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next. So chain 1, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and then in the next one do the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I've just done this double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and from here the pattern is pretty repetitive. As you see, the next thing is the chain 1, skip 1 chain, then you do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next stitch, then you chain 1, skip 3 chains, double crochet in the next, chain 1, skip 3 chains, do the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So we're basically going to be repeating this till we get to the end, and you can see that they ended this row with a single crochet in the last chain. So let's just continue. So I chain 1. The last thing I did was double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So I chain 1, I skip 1 chain, and in the next I do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then I chain 1, skip 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and do a standalone double crochet in the next. I chain 1, skip 3 chains again, then I do my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1, I've chained 1, I skip 1 chain, and in the next one I do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then I chain 1, I skip 3 chains, and in the very last chain I do my last double crochet, and that brings me to the end of my row 1. Right, this is the end of row 1. So you have, what you have in this pattern is let's just call this the double crochet cluster, or the V clusters. 1 double crochet, the V clusters, 1 double crochet, and the 2 V clusters. So we're going to row 2 now. We just finished row 1 here. Now to move on to row 2, again, apologies that this print is not so clear. You can check out the diagram using the link in the description box. So to move on to row 2, there's a chain of 4 here at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then let me just do the chain of 4 first before we proceed. This is a turning chain, 3, 4. Then I turn the work. Now we're going to be doing a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the second double crochet. See, this is the very first double crochet. Now we're not working there. We go to the second double crochet and we do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So here we're skipping everything here, and in this we're skipping this first double crochet, and in the second double crochet we do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. By the way, this double crochet, chain 1, double crochet can also be referred to as a V. So if I say we do the V, that's what we're doing, because I mean it looks like letter V. Now that we're done with the V, we chain 1 and we do another V in the very next double crochet. So So chain 1, and in this very next double crochet we do another V, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then I go back to C. See, we've just finished this other V. So what we're going to then do now is chain 1, double crochet in the double crochet from the next, right? Then you chain 1 again. Sorry, chain 1, double crochet in the next double crochet from the previous row. So chain 1, you are skipping this next double crochet, but you do a double crochet in the standalone double crochet from the previous row, and you chain 1 again. So chain 1, this is the standalone double crochet, and we do a double crochet there, and then you chain 1 again. Now that I'm done with this, the pattern is already repetitive. So you are going to be working, you skip the first double crochet, and in the second one you do your V-stitch, you chain 1 and do the V-stitch in the very next double crochet. So you're skipping the first and the last double crochet from the 2 V-sets from the previous row. See, this is the first one, this is the last one from the previous row, and we're just going to continue the pattern. We'll be ending this row with a double crochet in the third chain of the 4 set of this 4 that we did at the beginning. So let's just continue. So I've done my standalone double crochet chain 1. So I'm going to do, I skip this next double crochet, and in the second one I do my V, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then I chain 1 again, and in the next double crochet I do another V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then I chain 1, I do a double crochet in the standalone double crochet, chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and in the second one I do my V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then chain 1 again. In the next double crochet I do my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then I chain 1 to finish this row. See, we're at the end of the row already. To finish this row, I'm going to be doing a double crochet in this third chain from the beginning. Remember, we did a chain 4 as our turning chain, so I'm just doing this, and I'm done with my row 2. We're moving on to row 3 now. I've just finished this row 2 here with this double crochet. So to do row 3, 1 2 3 4, we chain 4, and this pattern is pretty repetitive. So when we chain 4, we skip the first double crochet as per usual, and in the second one we do the V, chain 1, do the V in the next, and you chain 1, double crochet in the standalone double crochet from the previous row, chain 1, skip the next double crochet, V in the next double crochet. It's just really repetitive. So I'm going to do row 3 with you, and then you're basically going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 till you get to the length that you want for this project. So chain 4, turn the work, skip the very first double crochet, and in this next one you do your V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then you chain 1 again. In the very next stitch you do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then you chain 1, the standalone double crochet, you do your double crochet, and you chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and here do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 again. In the next double crochet you do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then you chain 1 again and do your double crochet in the standalone double crochet, chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and in the second one you do your V, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 again, and in the next double crochet you do your double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1 again, and in the top of the chain 3, you know we did a chain 4 at the beginning. In the third one, in the third chain, you do your last double crochet, and that brings me to the end of row 3. So this basically is the pattern. You just keep repeating rows 2 and 3 until you get to the length that you want for this work, and I hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you'd like to see me make anything with this stitch, feel free to leave me comments down below. Don't forget that you work it in multiples of 10 plus 1. I really enjoyed creating this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed learning, watching it and learning from it. I'm going to see you in my very next video, but before you go, make sure to subscribe to my channel down below and click on the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. And if you like this video, feel free to thumbs it up and leave me comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.